This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Millions of people all around the world use computers on a daily basis, and the Kirksville Regional Computer Crimes Unit and Missouri's Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force find those who commit crimes online. This morning we have Detective Steve Feeney and Sergeant Jeremy Cordray with the Kirksville Police Department to tell us more about KRCCU. How are you doing this morning, gentlemen?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So we know and we run stories all the time about suspects in the heartland that have some sort of illegal computer activity when it comes to child pornography. And we know that you focus on that a lot. But what other online crimes do you guys focus on when it comes to the counties that you guys cover?
Basically, most of the crimes that we do investigate involve a computer in one way or another. I mean, it could be a fraud, it could be a crimes against person, but everybody has a computer anymore, and the computers or cell phones are used in almost any investigation. So it actually covers a lot of different investigations that we'll have to be a part of that in.
Okay. Now talk about your typical day. How many people are involved in this computer crimes unit in the Kirksville Police Department?
Well, Steve is the one that does this full time. I help him out, and then we've got some other people that'll help out as well. But Steve is the one that kind of does the day-to-day operations. Okay,
so Steve, really quickly, go ahead and tell us about your typical day. Now, do you get tips from people, or do you go out searching for people that are doing stuff illegally?
Both. We get tips, and we also get actual leads that we follow up with online ourselves.
Okay. Now, let's talk about funding really quickly. How are you guys funded in order to operate?
Well, pretty much everything's grant funded either through a state or federal grant. We've been that way all along. The computer lab's been pretty much in existence from around 2004, 2005. Of course, we haven't had a full-time person in that capacity the whole time, except for the last maybe 3 or 4 years, but it's all pretty much grant funded, from the salary to the equipment, the computers, the computer licensing and things like that. And so there's a lot of money that we rely on from the state.
All right, and how many counties do you guys cover? I know that, a lot of people think, okay, Kirksville Police Department, Adair County, but it's way more broader than that. So explain how many counties you cover.
There are 13 counties in northeast Missouri we cover, from Sheridan County up to Schuyler County, and from Lynn County over to Lewis County.
Wow, so you're pretty busy, is what you're trying to
yes,
say.
Absolutely.
So now, if somebody is suspecting some sort of, or suspicious about illegal activity, whether it's, fraud or child pornography, is there a way they can contact you directly, or how does that work? How can they report somebody?
They can contact their local law enforcement,
okay,
or they can contact us directly, either way.
Okay, and what we'll do is we'll post all of that information on our website at heartlandconnection.com. And finally, so we all know everybody's using social network, all the way from Facebook to Twitter to Snapchat and all that other stuff. And nowadays it seems that kids are becoming younger and younger, allowing to use the internet. What are some tips that you have, not only for kids, but for parents that are trying to monitor their kids' use on online activity, like for them not to become a victim of anything?
I think the biggest thing that I can say is that the parents just need to be involved in what their kids do and not be detached from that they can't just let them go online and do whatever they want. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of what they're doing or understand what they're doing, but it takes that extra step to be involved, and that's the biggest thing that a parent can do.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
As far as the kids, we try to tell them to monitor what they put out there, to be mindful of adding their name, their identity, and their reputation to anything that they're posting.
Yeah. Now, do you go around the schools at all and do presentations for them to get community involvement and let them know that, what you're doing online, no matter if you think it's innocent, in the long run can hurt you or haunt you down the road? Do you do any online or anything like that?
Yeah, we go around to the different schools and we do presentations, usually from the junior high age through high school. And we try and, like Steve said, just try and advise them of, protecting their reputation, protecting their identity, things like that. And then just go through what type of things they could get into trouble with online.
Okay. And finally, talk about the training that is involved in order to do this. And how long has the Computer Crimes Lab been in Kirksville?
The lab's been around since around 2004, 2005,
okay,
so it's been quite a while. And as far as the training, Steve might be able to...
We have to do quite a bit of training because computer forensics changes rapidly, so we have to keep on top of that. So we do go to quite a bit of training yearly to keep up on that.
Fantastic. So once again, as you heard from the gentleman, if you do have any information or suspect some illegal activity, to contact your local law enforcement, and what they'll do is they'll get in contact with Detective Steve Feeney or Sergeant Cordray. Thanks again for coming on. We'll post all this information on our website at heartlandconnection.com, and we'll be right back.